loves, welcome back to my channel. So I am standing in my kitchen right now, and today I will be doing an extreme kitchen declutter and organize. So as you guys know, we are moving now in less than 2 months, we think, as long as everything kind of plays out how it's supposed to with everything going on in the world right now. Our timeline may be a little bit off, but as of right now, we are still planning on moving in a little less than 2 months. So one of the things we wanted to make sure to do before we move is declutter as much as we possibly can. Honestly, you guys, and I don't know if it's because I have a little one now or what, but I have honestly been getting so overwhelmed with all of the stuff that we have. It's so cluttered in here. At least it feels that way in my opinion. And I'm pregnant again, so we have another little one on the way, and it's just gonna get more cluttered with more toys and more baby things, I'm sure, in our new home. And so I definitely want to minimize as much as possible. So my husband and I have talked about moving more towards a minimalistic lifestyle. So this is kind of the beginning steps into our journey towards minimalism. And we have just talked about the goals that we have for our family, and it's gonna take a lot of work to get there. We have so much to do before we are at the place where we want to be at. But because we are all self-isolating and we are all pretty much staying in our homes, I figured this was a great time to just go through the kitchen in particular, because this is a big task. And Chaz is home with me today. Eliana is about to go down for her nap, and we figured we may as well go ahead and just tackle this together, because it is really hard, especially being pregnant with a toddler. It is hard to tackle big tasks like this. I feel like I usually get started and I end up having to stop, and then it's really hard to kind of get back into the groove of things. So hopefully this gives you guys some motivation and some ideas as to what you might be able to do while you are at home. I do hope you are enjoying your time with your family. I hope you guys are also staying safe and healthy, and I hope this just brings you some positivity during this really trying time for all of us. So again, I hope this gives you some extreme cleaning and decluttering motivation, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're working with today. Our kitchen looks clean, but wait until you see the inside of the cabinets. Come on. So as you can tell, our cabinets are very cluttered, especially the top ones. We have just gotten to the point where we have just started throwing things in the cabinets without putting things back in their place, and it is honestly just overwhelming. So before we had a baby, our cabinets actually stayed pretty clean and decluttered. However, a lot of these items, even ones that we moved in with, we just don't use. We haven't used in years. So I don't know how it ever got to this point. I don't know if I'm just way behind as a mama, but I am determined to get through all of these little things in particular. I mean, look at all of this, you guys. Like, this is so embarrassing, but at the same time, it is real life, and I know that I must not be the only one that this happens to occasionally. So hopefully this gives you some motivation, and I'm just kind of gonna go ahead and pull everything down. That way I can sort everything out before I put it back up in the cabinets, and I can also pick and choose out the things that I will be donating, throwing away, recycling, and trying to sell. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and tackle this mess. So I would love to know how you guys are doing in the midst of everything that is happening in our world right now. I have been thinking about you guys like crazy. I have been praying for you. I just really hope that you are staying safe and healthy, that you are following those precautionary guidelines set forth for all of us. so that we can just kind of help to slow the spread of this yucky virus. But I want to know how you guys are doing mentally, emotionally. Are you doing okay? I know that a lot of us are in situations right now that we typically aren't in, and sometimes that can have an effect, especially on this scale. This can have an effect on our overall well-being. So let me know how you guys are doing down in the comments below. I just would love to know. You guys are part of our family as well, and I want to be here for you if I can. If you have any prayer requests as well, I would love to pray for you. I have just been thinking about you guys so much lately, and I know that this is affecting us in all different kinds of ways. So anyway, let me know down in the comments below how you are doing and if there's anything that I can pray for you about. So I did put in these new spice racks that we got off of Amazon. I will link them down below. They are adjustable as far as height goes, and you can stack them on top of each other as well. Eventually, I would like to put all of our spices in matching glass jars. We are going to keep buying these organic glass jarred spices and just refill those over time. I know you can purchase jars as well, but I figured we may as well just purchase the jars of spices as is and then refill those over time. So we are going to finally use up what we have. We can actually see all of our spices now, which is so nice. But seriously, decluttering opens my eyes every single time in some way or another. I did find out that we had 2 jars of cinnamon sticks, 3 jars of ground cinnamon, and 3 jars of ground turmeric. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but we had 3 of those. So because our cabinets were so messy and cluttered, I didn't even know we had those spices. So we continued to buy more because we didn't know what we had. So that is definitely a benefit of decluttering and organizing, is you can actually see what you have so that you don't end up spending more money in the long run. So I have been needing to go through our coffee mugs for a long time. As you can see, some of them are even so cracked they are on their last legs. I should have gotten rid of some of these a long time ago. Some of them are just too small for my liking, so I never end up using those ones. And then as you can see, we have some lids from some disposable coffee cups that we ended up using, but we didn't use the outside holders or the lids. So we have those. I am going to recycle those, but we are only going to keep a few coffee mugs and then just make sure that we stay on top of our dishes. But we do have coffee every morning. So it has taken me quite a long time to get through these cabinets so far. I knew it was going to be a big task when I started it. Eliana only ended up sleeping for about 45 minutes instead of 2 hours, which I was hoping she would, but that's okay. But Chaz just happened to have to run out really quickly, so I ended up playing with her for a little bit, and then once he was back, he was able to watch her, and then I could kind of tackle some of these other cabinets. but I haven't even started on the bottom cabinets yet. So I'm hoping I'll be able to finish today. If not, I'll have to finish tomorrow, but let me show you guys everything that I have so far that I'm getting rid of. So everything you see here are things that I'm getting rid of, whether that is trash, donate, sell, probably mostly donate since it's kitchen items. But anyway, this is a lot and it feels good. So, so good. And like I said, I haven't even touched the bottom cabinets yet, but this is pretty much covering our entire side of the sink on the island. So I feel really good about getting rid of all of this stuff.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, pulse speed and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna pace it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have with no regret. We make.
All right, so check this out, guys. So this wine bottle is from when Chaz and I got engaged. Someone bought us a bottle of wine when I was up visiting him in South Dakota before we were married, because he lived up in South Dakota and I still lived in Florida. And then here is all of the paint for our house so that we can touch up. We already planned on getting rid of this china set, but I forgot these teacups were up here, so I'm glad we got those down. And then this is so funny, when you declutter, you actually find some things that you didn't even know you had. So we have these chargers. These ones I think we got for our wedding, and I'm not sure where I got those ones from, maybe Michael's, but I found these up there as well. So a ton of plasticware, which I didn't know that we had. So all kinds of things, and an extra fruit basket. So yeah, I'm glad we kind of just took everything down. Oh, we also found a bunch of light bulbs as well, which we didn't know we had in there. So that's perfect timing because one of them has been flickering a lot. So before we rent this house out, we were planning on changing out all of the light bulbs and just getting everything ready for the renters. But I'm so glad that we went ahead and did this a little bit early.
We can have with no regret.
All of these manuals are to different appliances in this house that we will want to leave for the renters. So I'm just gonna put these up in that cabinet as well. And nothing else is going up in those top cabinets. So this is everything that we're leaving at the house. And then I'm gonna leave this one empty.
Around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have with no regret.
All right, guys, it's the next day and I still have a lot of work to do. I did end up finishing all of the upper cabinets and now I need to tackle the bottom cabinets, which luckily the bottom cabinets contain bigger items, so it shouldn't take me as long to get through those. I feel like the top cabinets were super duper cluttered with a lot of little itty bitty tiny things. So that's why I feel like that took me so long. But already just from the kitchen, I've gotten rid of 132 items. And I am up to 243 items total just out of the 2 decluttering videos that I've done. So my goal is 500 by the time I'm done with this little mini series. And there is a dog hair. So I am feeling really good about that. Like I said, I still have all of the bottom cabinets to declutter and I still have the rest of the house to do. Not in this video, but in other videos. I will be decluttering the rest of the house before we move as well. So I have a feeling I will easily hit that 500 item mark. I've already set aside some things that I'm donating, so let me show you guys that really quickly. So all of these items from the kitchen are ones that I will be donating, and I still haven't packed up everything from yesterday. This is just what I was able to get through before Eliana went to bed last night. So I'm gonna tackle the rest of this today, and then the kitchen will be done other than the refrigerator, freezer, and pantry. And the reason that I'm not gonna declutter those today is because we recently just stocked up on food for a couple of weeks because of us having to stay home. And so I'm not gonna go through and declutter any of that because we are holding on to that for now anyway, until we know how long we're gonna have to be at home. So let's go ahead and tackle everything down below here.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife.
So I mentioned earlier that we want to move towards a more minimalistic lifestyle, and I know that I need to get rid of more items in our home in order to live more minimally. However, what I want to do once we move into our new house is slowly replace different items here and there with better quality items that will last us a long time. So one of the things Chaz and I have been talking about is getting a really nice, high quality pots and pans set. So again, we are going to make sure that we are investing in a good quality set, one that will last us for years and years, and then we will get rid of everything that we have as far as pots and pans go. So I'm excited to bring you guys along that journey with us. Those videos will obviously take a little bit more time to come out because we will slowly be doing that, but I am so excited to just get our new house set up. I cannot wait to move, honestly. And it's so funny because when we were moving down here to Florida, I couldn't wait, but as many of you know, I have been moving around my entire life. I myself was a military child, and so moving around is just in my blood. I love it. It's a fresh start for me, and it just excites me. So I'm excited to move here in just a couple of months.
It's alright. Today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's got.
All right, so I am getting rid of these 3 crock pots and this pitcher that we never ever use. I'm only keeping 1 crock pot because we honestly don't use it very often. And then I'm also getting rid of all of these pots and pans. A lot of these are from when we were in college, and we actually got them at Goodwill. So we've had these for years. Like, look at how scratched up they are. They were like that when we bought them, but then I'm sure we didn't know how to properly use utensils in them growing up, I guess, because we were still technically growing up. But anyway, we've had these for years, you guys. And then I am getting rid of my food processor as well because, which actually it looks like, is this a food processor also? Let's see. Oh, it's like a dicer, I think, but we never use that. We never use this apple peeler, and I've been holding on to that for so long because I thought I would use it for Eliana, and I didn't really use it very often. So I am so excited to be getting rid of all of these big, bulky items.
Today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day.
So something I have never been really big on is having a junk drawer. So this drawer organizer in this drawer in our kitchen is actually our equivalent of a quote unquote junk drawer, and I really don't try to keep it very full at all. It was pretty messy, as you saw, but that is probably the messiest that it has ever been. So I know I need to keep the rest of my house that organized, but I really don't like ever having a junk drawer.
It's a good day to live.
So something that my husband and I are both really big on is keeping the kitchen counters as clean and clear as possible. We don't really like anything on the kitchen counters that doesn't need to be there. So we only have a few items. We have our coffee pot, a diffuser, a bottle of olive oil because we use that pretty much at every meal, and a fruit and vegetable tray. And that is it. We don't keep anything else out on the counters because it really just makes our home feel so cluttered. We would much rather have our utensils in the drawers and have those feel a little bit more cluttered than have them out to the open eye. So that is why we keep all of our utensils in drawers. We don't like anything on the counter that is going to just clutter it up. So we do keep that at a very, very minimum. And I thought I was done, but then I remembered I have cabinets under our kitchen sink or on our kitchen island. Luckily, these didn't take too long, but I wanted to show you guys what this looks like. I do have some cleaners down here as well and some hand towels. We have so many tea towels that we never use. I would much rather have regular dish towels that I can use to dry dishes or my hands or anything like that. So I did get rid of a lot of those, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and declutter underneath the sink and then wait until you guys see how many items I was able to get rid of from the kitchen alone. All right, so here is everything that I am donating. Oh my goodness, you guys, this does not include things that I threw away or a couple of things that I'm going to try to sell. But you guys, just from the kitchen alone, I have been able to get rid of around 200 items, a little more than that actually. So that is just so exciting. Oh my goodness, like look at all of this stuff. Oops, as I'm kicking around something that Eliana got into. But you guys, that feels so, so good. I still need to pack things up though so that they don't break while we are driving, but that just feels so good to get all of that out of the house before we have to move. Also, we will be getting rid of this china set. I am going to try to sell this. Well, I am going to sell it just because it is a name brand, I think. Not that I know much about china, but this is Christopher Stewart China. So when I looked it up, it said that these can go anywhere from about $60 to $100, usually just secondhand, you know, on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or any place like that. But someone gave those to us a while back and I think we've used them only once. I was keeping those on hand just for looks and then if we had like a nice fancy dinner, but honestly, we have plain white dishes anyway and I feel like those are just as nice looking anyway for like a nice dinner. And our family is not fancy, so when they're here for Christmas or Thanksgiving, the white dishes that we have that we use on a regular basis are just fine. So I feel like I can go ahead and get some money for the china, but then everything else I'm pretty much gonna donate because for one, I don't want to have to worry about selling it, and I do think that it can benefit a lot of people. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know that it was long, but I hope it gave you some good cleaning and decluttering motivation. This was a huge, huge task for me, so I am so happy that it is finally done. I'm sure that as I put away some of the dishes in the dishwasher as well, I will find some things that I can donate on top of what I showed you guys, but we are at around 200 items gone just from the kitchen. So, whoop, whoop, or more. I wanna say it's over 200, especially if we include the china. So I am feeling so good, you guys. My next decluttering video, I believe, is going to be my closet again, because if you guys watched my KonMari closet declutter a while back, and if you remember what my closet looked like then, it pretty much looks the same again now, and I don't know how it got to that point, but I have a lot of decluttering to do in there. I have way too many clothes that I never wear, and now that I'm pregnant again, my wardrobe has just changed. I'm living the mom life wardrobe nowadays. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Love you. Mwah.